Hey Bad Mama Jammas, welcome to in-home party training. I just wanted to go over with y'all, I knew that some of you guys have in-home parties coming up soon, so I want to go over with you what I do, how I run my in-home parties, and what I have found to be what works best for me. So let me go ahead and get started by saying the first thing that I like to do is show up about 30 minutes early to my in-home party so that I can get set up quickly, help my hostess with any last minute things that she has going on, and just, I like to be on time, I like to be punctual, so I encourage y'all to do the same. Let me just make sure I have everything here. Alright, so the first part of when I come in the door at an in-home party, after I knock on the door and everything, is I like to get everything inside to the party in one trip. That way my hostess sees how easy it is to be a Jamberry consultant. I don't have to have a ton of product, I don't have to have a ton of stuff. My table setup isn't immaculate, or not immaculate, it's pretty neat, but it's not over the top, and I don't have a ton of product, and that anyone can sell Jamberry. If I can do it, she can do it. So to do that, I carry everything in one trip in my tote bags here. I have two of them, it'll hold everything. The next thing is my table, the actual physical table here. I talk to my hostess in advance to know if I should bring a table. If she has one I can use. You can use kitchen table, a kitchen island, a coffee table. You can bring your own. Sometimes they have theirs that they're like, oh, don't worry about bringing it, I have one here. Another good thing to remember is an extension cord, because where you have your table might not be convenient to an outlet. So make sure you have that to demonstrate your mini heater and for your application station. So make sure you get all of those taken care of when you are hostess coaching. The next thing after I set up is I'll go ask my hostess, because I normally set up in about 10 minutes. Hey, what can I help you with? Can I help you with snacks? Can I help you with whatever? Whatever she is finishing up, I will ask her if I can help her. If she doesn't need any help, then I'll be like, okay, cool, no worries. Listen, I'll go ahead and get the door when your friends start showing up. And I do that so that I can be there to introduce myself to them right when they come through the door. And I can make that instant connection with them and start bonding with her friends before she's even involved. And then people aren't like, oh, who's this awkward, weird girl here at the party? They're like, no, this is Katie and she sells Jamberry. So I do that. The next thing, once everybody gets there, I feed off my hostess a little bit. I make sure that she's not waiting on anybody in particular that we need to, make sure that we wait for. Most of the time they're like, oh, just go ahead and start and get this thing going. So what I'll do is, let me just toss these couple things back where they go. It's the second time I've made this video today. It didn't save the first time. Anyways, so after I go ahead and get everybody seated and everything, oh, sorry, let me back up really quick. After people walk through the door, I will direct them over to my table so they can check out the application, or they can put on a name tag. Name tags are important so that, people aren't like, I don't know, I feel like it kind of welcomes people a little bit more, and that way they know your name, they know my name, they don't have to be like, oh, what's your name again, or, we invite different people to our in-home parties. We have our work circle, our family, our friends, so there's going to be different people there that might not know each other. So I think that name tags are really great for that. The next thing I give them is this little packet here. It's got a catalog, tearaway application instructions for them to take home, our host join brochure, and a order form, sorry. Okay, and that's all that's in there. And I give them a pin also. I do not include at this point my follow-up sheets. Can't even remember what these are called right now, where you can collect people's information. I don't include those because at the bottom, it does have a slot for them to fill out. Are you interested in hosting? Are you interested in the opportunity? And before the party, people don't know if they're interested in hosting or know if they're interested in the opportunity, so I feel like it's best to ask at the end of the party. So I get all that handed out, and then we're ready to start the party. This is how I run my parties. I use this bag system up here. You'll see all these bags. So I start by handing them out. I have 7 bags, and I'll ask volunteers first off. If you don't have 7 people at the party, don't stress. If you have 5, just ask someone to do 2. It's not a big deal, I promise you. Don't stress about the little things. So I'll start with bag number 1. Each bag has a card with a question inside of it and a product. So bag number 1, just a card envelope, It says, who's the star of the show and what's on her wish list. So at this point, I'll invite my hostess up. I'll say, hey, Sally, why don't you come up front here with me? And I'll go, Sally, thank you so much for hosting this party. You are wonderful. I could not run my business without amazing hostesses like you. You are the heart of my business. Thank you so much for cleaning and cooking and getting everything together today so that we could come and learn more about Jamberry and celebrate you. So I want to know what is, everybody here, what is your name and what is one thing that you love about Sally? This really makes your hostess feel special, involved, and your guests are going to be like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I want to host a party and have all my friends come up and tell me why they love me. So you're planting that hosting seed right off the bat. So after I do that, I'm like, you ladies are wonderful. So, Sally, what is the number 1 item on your wish list? And then let's say she says the Nourish set. And I'm like, all right, y'all, Sally set the bar pretty high. Let's go ahead and let's earn this Nourish set for her with her hostess rewards. So that's kind of what I do. Next thing I do is I have a product in each bag. So I go over the mini heater. It plugs in. You don't have to have batteries. It's quiet. It heats up the perfect amount of heat. It's got a nice little kickstand. It's got the velvet on it so nobody's going to get burnt. I will plug it in. That way they can hear that you really don't hear it. And so they can feel the heat and feel how powerful it is. And I also always bring my hairdryer to in-home events because you don't need the mini heater, but it's so convenient, right? So what I'll do is I'll plug it in. Ignore the nice belly shot you're getting there. So I'll be like, okay, so this is how you would apply your James with a hairdryer. Peel it off the sheet, cut it, just kind of briefly go over that and be like, all right, so now we heat it up. And it takes a while longer because this does not get as hot as our mini heater as quickly as our mini heater does. So, and then I'll be like, okay, so now you got to shut it off because you don't want it to blow all your tools and your jams around. And then I'll say, okay, so now that we have it on our nail, we're going to heat it again. And then we're going to, let it cool, trim, file, all that good stuff. And then, okay, nail number 2, let's heat it. Let's turn it off. Let's heat it. And this gets so annoying. I promise you, you don't want to annoy your guests. But in this instance, you do because it's going to push them towards that mini heater. They're going to see the value in how quiet it is and the value in how quickly it heats up, and they can do it during nap time, and the hairdryer is not going to bother their kids or their husband, and it's annoying, but trust me, it'll sell those mini heaters for you. Alright, bag number 2. Oh, my bag's doing something weird. Alright. So I'll have the guests read these cards. I don't read them at the party, but for y'all, I'm going to, read them. Who likes girl time is what this card says. So I'll be like, alright, y'all. This is a party. I want you guys to have fun. We're here to celebrate Sally and thank her for being such a wonderful hostess. So, guys, have fun. Seriously, I promise I'll keep my presentations short, sweet. I'm going to share everything I can about Jamberry, but I don't want to bore you with a salesy presentation. So that way they see me more as a real person, a stay-at-home mom. I'm a real person. I'm not all about Jamberry. I'm not just trying to sell to them. I'm here to have fun with them. And I do, before I do bag number 1, I forgot to mention this, I do introduce myself briefly, and again, I don't want to share too much about myself because this is about the hostess. So I'll say, my name is, sorry, my name is Katie. I have a 1-year-old daughter. I'm a stay-at-home mom and a Jamberry nails consultant. I've been with Jamberry for 8 months. I really love what I do. I'm obviously about to have baby number 2. Just things like that, fun things. I don't want to bore them with me, again, because this isn't about me. It's about my hostess. So, bag number 2 was girl time, and we went over all that. And then I'll go over our handy-dandy application kit. Go over all the tools, the benefit of the rubber cuticle pusher, the orange stick, the file, the clippers, the the scissors that aren't going to rust because they're stainless steel, and they're salon quality, and they're really fantastic. And I also lost my train of thought. Oh, got it. I do also like to mention that a sheet of wraps will fit in here perfectly for them, so that way they don't have to worry about having something to hold their jams. Just slide them inside here. Alright. Number 3. How many different ways to party are there? I will go over at this point, because I'm going to have someone else asking me this question. I'll be like, y'all, you can party on Facebook, we can do an online party, Instagram, Mommy and Me, Muffins and Manny's. I'll come to your work and do a party after work or during lunchtime, day, night. I can do parties whenever. To let them know that they don't have to have an in-home party. They don't have to do all the cooking and cleaning and scrubbing and whatever else you have to do to get ready for an in-home party. We can do it on Facebook, and that will help you book a lot of parties. So in this bag, my product is a sheet of wraps. I also, if you have them, like to show a sheet of juniors to show the difference. And again, two pedicures, 2 manicures, all that mumbo jumbo that y'all know. Go over all that. Bag number 4. Left-right time. So, at this point, I play the left-right game. I know that some consultants feel like it is impersonable and it leaves you not looking very personable, but I really find that it answers a lot of people's questions about Jamberry because the name is kind of hard to determine what we are. So I like to go over that. I like to go over how the name came about, the company, the product, and I really like the left-right game. I've had so much success with it. People really have fun. And I also use 2 prizes. Typically use cuticle oil, and what I do is put one on each side of the room. That way there's 2 prizes going around. It's not just one. The prizes move more, and you have 2 guests that win a prize. And cuticle oil isn't that expensive. People love it, and they're going to get hooked on it. So that is that. And then at this point, I'm about halfway through my bag, so what I do is I stop, and I do book to look, another game. So, book to look, what I do is I carry my little basket around, has these envelopes in it, and I tell my guests, there are no tricks here, y'all. There is a prize inside of this envelope. There's no tricks. You're going to get this prize. There's only a catch. The catch is, to open this envelope, you have to book a party with me. Book to look. So, the suspense is going to kill your guests. They are going to be holding this envelope for the rest of the party because they tell them to hold on to it for the rest of the party. They're going to be holding on to these, moving them around, shaking them, trying to figure out what it is, and they're not going to be able to take the suspense. They're going to book a party with you. Inside of here I have a manicure, 5 small straps. I have typically either a cuticle pusher or a orange stick or an nail file. And then I also include my hostess packet. That way I don't have to mail it. It saves me a stamp. Well, 4 stamps. And then that way in 2 or 3 days I can check in on with the people that have booked a party with me and be like, hey, do you have any questions about the hostess packet? And in that is also my opportunity packet. So they're getting all of that information at one time. And I'm not having to mail it, so I'm a happy mama. How I give out these is I have dice. So I have them numbered 1 through 6, and I'll typically have about 3 sets of the 1 through 6. And then I'll let them roll, and I'll give them one of the 1s, one of the 2s, whatever you pick it up. Alright. Bag number 5. I just keep it moving because the party isn't about my presentation. The party is about trying on the jams. You get this product on people, people are going to love it, they're going to buy it. So, number 5. Shopping spree. So, this is really fun. It's one of my favorite parts of the party. I have my hostess, Sally, come back up, and I say, alright, Sally, let's have some fun. Let's go on a shopping spree. So, the average in-home Jamberry party does $400 in sales. That means you are going to earn, I do have a cheat sheet here that I try not to read off of. I will pick it up and set it down as I need it, so picking it up right now because I can't always remember these numbers. The average $400 party is going to earn 1 free sheet of nail wraps. So I'll hand her 1 free sheet of nail wraps. And I'll say, okay, you also earned $80 in product credit. So here's 4 more sheets of jams and the application kit with the cuticle oil. And then I'll be like, okay, so she's holding all this stuff, and it's a lot of stuff at this point. And then I'll say, okay, you also earned 5 half-off items. So let's give you the Nourish set, a lacquer remover, nail cleanser, and the beauty boost. So she's got all this stuff again, y'all. She's trying to hold it, and all of her guests are looking at her like, whoa, that's a lot of prizes. That's a lot of Hostess rewards. And then I'm like, okay, you also earned 3 Hostess exclusives, 3 more sheets of wraps. And then I'm like, all right. She's also earned, free shipping for 3 months on anything else she wants to order, and 30% off anything else in her Hostess order. So at this point, again, the guests are like, whoa, that's crazy. They already have their book to look envelope, and it's already driving them crazy. So that's gonna push them to want to open that envelope and book a party with you. And then I let my hostess go sit down, go over my product. My product in here is our lacquer. So I'll go over, all the good 5 free stuff, 1 coat application. It dries awesome. If you want to go over our different top coats, matte, the glossy one, and our glimmer. So go over all that good stuff. Bag number 6. Gifts. So what I mean by gifts is that Jamberry makes fantastic gifts. We're coming into the holidays, so you're going to want to push that. Buy 3, get 1 free. 4 gifts for the price of 3. Fantastic, awesome deal. I know that, I'm a military spouse, so we mail a lot. We mail a lot of gifts. And let me just grab a sheet of wraps real quick. These fit perfect in a birthday card, Christmas card, anything like that. So all they have to do is pop it into the envelope and stick a stamp on it and mail it. And this is a super easy gift. It only costs a stamp to mail. A lot of gifts, I feel like we spend more on the shipping than we do on the gift. So this is a great alternative, especially around the holidays. They don't expire. It's just a fantastic option. And at this point, game time. What I do is in our little catalog packets that I have, I tell them to take the tearaway application sheet, flip it over, and on the back they have 1 minute to write down as many names as they can of people that they think that would like Jamberry and they could send to as a gift. I give them that minute, and whoever wins a petty pack. And this is how I kind of bundle them up. Just, wraps. Put a Jamberry file in there. I was running out, so that's why it's not in there. I'm waiting on my order to come in. An orange stick, some prizes. Again, I don't like to give out too many application tools because you want people to be buying them, not getting them for free in prizes, but I do give them away as prizes. Just, do it within reason. Alright. And then my gift in there is, where's my bag? Anyways, it was cuticle oil, so I go over cuticle oil. Next is bag number 7. I feel like I skipped a bag in here. I did. Did I skip number 4? No, I just didn't go over the product. Okay, so bag number 4 is, this was the left-right game. And after the left-right game, I go over the lacquer remover. So sorry about that, guys. Alright, last bag, number 7. Okay, the card in here says, live your dreams. By this is the Jamberry opportunity. So what I'll do is say, okay, y'all, I want you to think about living your dreams. So tell me, what would you do with an extra $1,000 a month? And I normally get pretty standard answers. I would take on an extra car payment. I'd pay off a credit card. I'd save up to go on vacation. And I'm like, y'all, those are fantastic things. So tell me what you would do with an extra $1,000 a week. And people will tell me, they'll be like, I would quit my job. I would do Jamberry full time. All these different things. And then I'm like, whoa, guys, that's really awesome. That's so cool. What would you do with an extra $1,000 a day? And then they're like flabbergasted, blown away. There's no way, Katie. No way that people make that. And then I tell them, yes, there are. There are people in our upline that are making this kind of money. And people are just blown away that they can make that kind of money with silly little nail stickers. And I tell them, it's possible. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And I tell them where I fit into that. I'm not making $1,000 a day yet, but I'm gonna get there one day. So I go over all that. People are blown away, and that's all you have to say about the opportunity, and people are going to want to know more. My product in here is the Nourish set. If you have it in the box, it's really neat to be able to pull out the whole box because it's pretty. And again, it makes a good gift. We're going into the holidays. And this is, you know, mine's out of the box because I want to try it. So I let them sample my product. And those are all my bags. So at this point, I'm like, all right, y'all, we went through all the bags. What questions do you have for me? And if you just ask that question, people aren't gonna, you're gonna get crickets because they're not gonna know what to ask you. So ask them, so say to them, all right, what kind of questions do you guys have for me? Like, how am I going to Hawaii for free next March? Or how much does it cost to get started? And answer those questions for them. People normally go off of those two, you know, generic statements that you're going to give them. But then also be like, what's our current special? Buy 3, get 1 free. You know, different things like that. Just to get people talking and asking you questions. All right, so that is my presentation in entirety. At this point, I'm going to go over application. I have my little station set up here. I'll plug in my mini heater. I've got samples. Make sure you guys are using our alcohol wipes. It's really important to be showing off our product so that you're selling our product. And I also have one of our lacquer sets so people can walk out with a full manicure. You know, 2 nails are sample, the rest is lacquer. Do explain to them, you know, it is lacquer. It's not going to last quite as long as our wraps, but it is going to last longer than whatever nail polish you are currently using. And it's 5 free. It's non-toxic. And then again, use our nail files, our buffers. You want to really use our product. And that's really it. At this point, I go into full service checkout, which what I do is everybody already has their catalog. I give everybody some of these little tabby things that I got at Target. And I tell them, all right, as you're looking through the catalog, make sure you are tabbing all the wraps that you favorite, basically. Don't worry, don't stress. You don't have to buy every wrap you favorite. I just want to get an idea of what your style is so that I can help you mix and match wraps in our buy 3, get 1 free. That also really helps you during the full service checkout when you're going through and, you know, looking at what people are wanting to order. You can say, hey, you know, you've only picked out 3 wraps. Why don't you pick out 1 more and get it for free? Or, you know, if they've only picked out 2, you can add on to your sale. Also, if you see someone has their whole catalog marked, you can be like, girl, you need to host a party. You need to get some free wraps. You know, build off of what you're seeing. If someone's already expressed interest in the opportunity, like during your presentation, and they have the whole catalog marked, be like, hey, have you ever thought about getting 30% off of all these? Why don't you join my team and get 30% off, or join Jamberry? You don't want to present it as join my team because then you feel like you're recruiting, and you're not recruiting. Think of this as sharing the opportunity. So I do my full service checkout. I normally offer free shipping on, you guys know I'm 9 months pregnant and I'm like totally out of breath, so just ignore me over here trying to breathe. I do offer free shipping at my in-home parties because normally your order is going to be bigger than $150. And I'll either ship it to me or ship it to my hostess, whichever is easier for her. And then on my table, really quickly, again, I like to keep things simple and easy. Before I go over that, I just use a simple fold-up table unless my hostess has a table that she wants me to use. I have our plum table runner that I put on here. Don't stress if you don't have one of these. I only have it because I've done a lot of vendor events, and you kind of do need them for a vendor event. So I use it for my in-home parties to get more use out of it. If you don't have one, don't stress about it, guys. Your table is just simple, easy. Don't stress, please. And again, I have my application station here. I don't know if you can see it. I use a cake stand just to kind of make some height difference. Just a cake stand that I use at my house normally. A little bouquet of flowers from the Dollar Tree. My book to look, all my bags. For the catalog little kits I put together, I like to have about double the amount I need in case we have extras. You don't want to run out. Pens, have plenty of pens. I just use big pens. We do have Jamberry pens in our back office. I just don't normally have enough of them because people walk off with them. So, again, name tags, little tabbies. And I bring my Jamberry stash. I don't hold a lot of inventory at all. I probably have less than 10 full sheets of jams. So I really don't like to sell my jams out of my stash because a lot of them are retired. But I bring them so that people can see, you know, what a full sheet is. They can see some of our patterns out of the catalog that they're interested in. And, you know, sometimes our catalog pictures look a little bit different than how they look in real life. So this is really great, even if I just have a sample of a wrap, to say, hey, this is what that wrap looks like. And it can solidify that sale for you. Then the last thing I have is a calendar, which I fill it in with names. With my parties that I have, if you don't have parties, just put some names in there, trust me. You don't want to put this empty calendar on the table, because then people are going to be like, nobody's booking parties, why would I book a Jamberry party? But if they see on there that you maybe only have 1 or 2 spots open, they're going to be like, everybody's doing this, this is the cool thing, let me book my Jamberry party before she runs out of room on her calendar. So, just little tips and tricks. It's basically what I do for an in-home party. I do a grand prize drawing for everybody who fills out their information sheet for me and gives it back. And please follow up. Tell them that these are for you to follow up with them in 2 or 3 days to see how they're liking their sample. Thank them for their order, all those good things that you should be doing in your 2x2x2 follow-up. So, this is basically it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Just ask. Good luck in all your in-home parties you have for the rest of the summer. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.